Now, before we do this, let's go over the ground rules. Rule number 1. No touching of the hair or face.
Of course.
And that's it! Now let's do this!
I feel like I should say something smart.
You know him, you love him, you can't get enough of him. It's Dick Liberty and Team All Things American. Powered by Hood News Global, coming to you every Tuesday night at 8. Make sure you check us out. Dick Liberty, live your dream. Follow us.
Case. Now, any of us or any of the, I want to say thank you real quick to Cassie, to Chad, to Kimberly, to Kristen Davis-Lewis, to Chantel, to Steven. I want to thank you all for joining us. I want to thank all of our listeners on Hood News Global for joining us.
You're not going to thank me for joining too?
Well, thank you for joining, Dilly. I want to make sure. I'm glad you're here.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us. That's what I'm saying.
And if you take a moment to notice, yes, I am Dick Liberty. I know it might be hard to tell because I'm missing a good portion of my facial hair, but I did that for a reason. All right, I wanted to make a statement. All right, and the reason why I did it was because it's a time for change, and any woman knows, and most psychologists know that when there's a big need for change, people do drastic things like change their hairstyle, dramatic haircuts, go on a weight binge, shave off beard hair, stuff like that. So, and I didn't want Dilly to feel all alone, in all honesty. So the lines are going to be open tonight. It's 386-682-7278. We encourage you to call in. We encourage you to participate in what's going on, because if you've been watching what's going on, there has been a shit show, pandemonium, craziness going on in the media. What do you think, Dilly?
Oh, man, we're ready.
Is this shit grinding your gears?
Yeah,
it is grinding my gears.
We might have to have a grinding my gears session here in a little bit.
I think, honest to God, the grinding my gears session is going to be built into this, because if you've noticed, like, everything that we've talked about, literally everything that we've talked about or hinted to, pops up in the news, no shit, a week or two later, best. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like,
I agree with you.
Last week, what did we talk about? We talked about the Veterans on Patrol. We talked about how the leader of that organization was telling people to go onto Google and search for child pornography to prove his rape tree. We were talking about how they're utilizing almost veterans, which I'm sure it started as a great mission. But when you look at the history of Lewis Arthur or McKay, Lewis, or however other many names you want to call him, he has a multiple long record. Oh, I got a call coming in. Hang on one second. I'm going to see if I can put this up. Hello? I'm going to put him on speaker real quick till I get a switch. Hello?
Hey, how's it going?
It's going pretty good, man. I'm trying to get you tied in here. Go ahead.
You're trying to get what?
I'm trying to get you tied in here. There you go. Hi, welcome to Dick Liberty. Oh, yeah, I can't hear you. I got to turn the speaker on.
I'm trying
Trying to keep the speaker off. But hello?
Hey, yeah, I'm over here.
How you doing, man? Thanks for calling Dick Liberty. What do you want to talk about, man? You want to introduce yourself to the audience?
Hey, this is Irving speaking. I was just calling in to see how everything's going, and if there's any updates on anything. I'm just out here in Connecticut, seeing what's going on, and trying to listen.
Hey, man, I want to say thank you so much for joining. I know out there in Connecticut, I've been tracking a Mr. Michael Gill, and up in New Hampshire, Connecticut, that whole region up there seems to be like chaotic corruption and commodores of corruption. We kind of talked about that last week in our government. Like, it seems like we are being stripped of our rights and our liberties, and we are agreeing to it because we are not aware of the wherewithal that this is actually and truly in. Do you have any experience with this, Irv?
Well, you're very accurate in what you're saying. I actually just walked out of the World Affairs Council meeting that I was just in, and we were talking about global issues, and a lot of this stuff is definitely coming up.
So you guys had a meeting about globalization.
About things that are going on in the world, you know, like we have a whole bunch of things going on that definitely need to be addressed. So I'm just happy that we have guys like you guys out there that are taking time, even though it's very dangerous and risky, but to try to tell the truth.
Hey, man.
Because just going to this meeting today lets me know that it is very important that we try to get the truth out there.
Is there any, can you take a moment and explain to the listeners and those watching what this console is and some of the key things that you have addressed during this meeting today?
Well, I was just, this was my first meeting in the Connecticut one, and they pretty much address a whole bunch of global issues and try to put things together to bring to the UN, to the United Nations. But from what I see in there, the unfortunate part of things is that the corporations and a lot of people with a lot of money, the lobbyists, are definitely understanding that these are the groups against them.
Right.
So they make contributions. You know, so that kind of limits us, the regular people, from being able to speak. Because if you're going to speak and you're a regular person, but let's say I'm going to speak and I have $100 million behind me, then my message will get passed to everybody a lot quicker.
Yes, it will. So what do you think about the capitalization and the corporations running America? Isn't corporations and capitalism hand in hand with the globalization? I mean, doesn't one feed the other? Isn't it set up the same system like we do with the military financial complex?
I personally think a lot of that stuff is fucking straight bullshit. And from what I'm seeing, because I'm personally taking myself and going into a lot of places in a lot of states to make sure before I speak, hey, I'm seeing that a lot of the money is running everything.
Right.
And unless we actually unite together and start thinking and seeing what we want and start demanding what we want, we're just going to get what they gave us.
Right,
and
right.
This is something we all have to think about, because this is very important. We fought for these people to have the right to be able to choose, and nobody's choosing what they want. They're just taking what's in front of them.
They're being directed, in my opinion. Because if you look, like, take the IG report, for example, right? It got released, and this whole bashing all week it's been on one side of the media, it's been spray painted on and all about attacking Trump. It's not talking about the policies that were already in existence during the Obama administration. It's not talking about some of the email connections that we talked about last week on a show, which is why I brought up Lewis. And how ironic he shows up at one of the hubs for migration and sex trafficking, and then the whole next week you got this story blowing out with the connection in trafficking with the Clintons, the Clinton Foundation donating $100 million, the Cimex properties that these camps are being found on for other people, distraction purposes maybe would be the right word for it, are funded and partnered with the Clinton administration. Like, do you know any of this? Have you seen any of this?
I definitely have seen and have gotten a whole bunch of messages on a lot of this. So I'm kind of aware of a lot of the stuff that's going on. Now, as far as the whole thing on Trump being attacked, even though that he is the face and he is the one that's supposed to get attacked, because that's what you put your face on when you're the president, to take everything.
Right.
Everybody's attacking him like he's really to blame for all of this. A lot of these policies are put in place before this man stepped in. I do understand all of this.
Okay.
But at the same time, if you are appointed the highest position that we know, not only in this country, but really the highest position in the world.
Right.
If you do not agree with something, you do not let it happen.
No, you are correct. You don't let it happen. But the only way we can not let it happen, like you've said in this brief interview, and like we've continued to say, and you see our post, we cannot do it if we're not united. That's why I titled, and if you've been watching this centerpiece, like, we're the divided states of America right now. We're not the United States of America. It's almost like the soul of America is being ripped out in front of us, and we're not doing shit about it.
Yes, but you know why though? Right now, today, I went to a meeting, like I just stated, with the with this committee, right? Talking about road affairs and things like that. What are most people my age doing? Watching basketball. See what LeBron James is doing.
They're watching sports. They're watching how many likes they get on their Facebook. They're talking shit.
If you want to know what LeBron James is doing, and what the guy from Patriots, whatever his name,
Tom Brady,
quarterback. If you want to know what these people are doing, that is what your intelligence level is going to show you. But see, I'm going into places where people are talking about real things. and it has nothing to do with politics. A lot of people are not understanding. If we do not understand and stand together, unite, we're not going to be able to change anything.
How much of it? How much
people are about to lose their liberty because of this?
Irv, I got to ask you this, man. I got to ask you this. How much of this, like, do you think, or how much do you think? Because I've been doing a lot of research too, and like I've said, we're independent. We're not affiliated. We're not paid by nobody. I do this because I care, because I'm a vet. I didn't fight for my country to be handed over. How much of this is tied to the cartel, and how much of this immigration shit that's going on right now do you think was encouraged and facilitated by cartel members?
I think a good portion of it. See, the thing is that the people in position of power right now have gotten so greedy that these people only make, let's say, $100,000 a year.
Right.
Now, you have these people that are billionaires on the street that are willing to give you 10 times that amount. A lot of people don't understand that these politicians are really taking that.
Yeah, they are.
They are running the cartel is running a whole bunch of stuff now. If we really get into cartel running stuff, no, there's people behind the cartel as well. They're only allowed to get as big as they're allowed to get.
As big as their purpose serves, apparently.
Exactly.
Yes. But at the same time, we need to understand what the hell is going on and actually go and try to do something about it. Especially men that fought for this. You know, we are people that went and fought for this country. I didn't fight for this country to just turn it over to whoever the hell wants to grab it.
No.
Right. What do you got, Dilly? Like, chime in, Dilly. I want to hear your point because I've been kind of dominating this conversation.
With her, what you're speaking is the absolute truth, and that's why I haven't heard from you in a little while. But you know what? When you talk, my ears perk up, and I can't hear really well, and you know that. And that's why when you talk, I listen, and I hope that the people that are watching and listening to the show right now are actually listening and understanding what you're saying, because if they ever get a face-to-face interaction or even a TV interaction or anything that you are going to say, you are speaking it. And that's why I will talk you up all day long, because that's how you've always been, and that's what I love about it.
Yeah.
Every day I'm trying to go out there and trying to find out as much as I can. The reason being because of the things that I'm doing in my personal life. Now, before I speak, I definitely want to know what I'm talking about, and I'm looking at a lot of this.
Thanks, Gary.
Guys, it isn't good.
No, it's not.
It isn't good. And
Exactly.
if we don't fucking do something about this, this is about to be taken from us.
Right. And
you know?
And I agree with you. And you know, part of it that's really, when I know it's a distraction, because everybody's jumping up for immigrant children. Nobody's jumping up for the children that are be taken right here in the United States, right from under our fucking nose. Nobody's jumping up and rallying for those children. Nobody's jumping up and rallying against the corruption. But you got immigrants coming in under false pretenses the majority of the time as tools and vessels for smugglers and cartels, and that's the thing we want to jump up about.
When you say immigrants, I want to throw out the illegal part of it, because that's the biggest part of it.
Yes.
That's you can say immigrants. You got to.
Thank you for clarifying that for me and helping me.
The illegal word out there, because when you just say immigrants, this is where I think a lot of Americans and other people are always. You have to make, they want to twist our words.
They do.
They want to twist your words. So if you don't throw out the illegal word,
they're not understanding that the part of the illegal, why that is so important, is because we have to make sure that the proper documentation and paperwork is done. It is very bad if we do not make sure that this proper paperwork is done. We can allow anybody to come in here. We can't do that right now.
No, we can't.
It's way too dangerous, and we need to make sure everybody's verified before coming into this country. We are the nation that's really running everything, that's really on top of everything, whether people know it or not.
Right.
And we would be dumb as hell if we just let anybody come in here. We have to be very careful and vigilant on how we do it. But we have to make sure that we do it with the right intention, because a lot of people making decisions for us are people that don't understand us.
Well, okay.
There's only a few billionaires in this road. There's a lot more poor people in this road. That's us. We're on the regular side.
Am I not mistaken when I say that there's 3 billionaires who own a quarter of the world's wealth? 3?
Oh, man.
Am I wrong when I say that? And there's another 8 that owns the majority of the wealth, and then everybody else fends for themselves?
To an extent, you're correct on the 3, but to an extent, you are wrong. And what I mean by that is, the other 2 cannot survive without the one down because they have that much money.
Right.
So when the one gives the 2 the ability to, then yes, we have 3, but we really have 1.
Okay.
I don't know how many people understand that, but these people are not going to let 2 other ones just come up. If we come up, we're going to see them try to come up because they're going to try to silence them by any means necessary.
You know what?
These people are not here to
I'm so glad you brought that up, and here's why. Now, I heard an interview today because I was watching Sane Progressive's live feed, okay? If you haven't checked her out, she talks about some really good stuff. She's a very intelligent woman. She's very passionate about what she talks about. She's talking about the DHS investigations. She's talking about the corruption. She's talking about the multi-tier stuff. And she played audio from a military general that was live on the air talking about the war on terror and self-radicalization. Now, he's basically said, you know, if you look at history, and I did, and you've known and studied history, and you know that we've actually encamped our own Americans into prison camps during wars and conflicts. And he says specifically, during that time, it's not a freedom of speech. During that time, we consider that a threat. You will be in these entrapment camps until the end of the war. You can't put an end to the war on terror because terror is a feeling. Just like Shane Progressive said, how do you put an end on a feeling? When we're encapsulated in a constant war machine mentality, and I don't mean just overseas, but we got the war on drugs, but everything is titled with a war. Am I in danger of becoming somebody who is silenced and they put in an entrapment camp because I'm speaking what I believe, in my opinion, at this time, based off the facts that I've seen and the documents I've seen to be the truth?
You guys both are in your families. If you are trying to speak the truth, you're going to create a ripple. You're willing to create a ripple, they're willing to fucking put you out. See, this is the reality of things. I, at one point in my career, used to drive. And when I drove around reporters, and those reporters are for some of the news stations that aren't supposed to be the credible ones.
Right.
Now, I got to see how that really works. Personally, myself, Irving Colon, I got to try these guys and see that. Now, these guys are not the same type of people that you guys are. You guys are trying to bring what you feel is the truth out to the people. Those people are trying to do the same thing, but they're not.
They're being censored?
Because the people are talked to before they even are in their presence.
Right.
So it's not their fault. It isn't their fault, but at the same time, they're not going to be fed the real truth.
I understand.
That when you're trying to put the truth out there, you have to understand it comes at a price, and that price might be our heads.
Well, hey Herb, I want to thank you for joining us tonight. I want to thank you for sharing some of this knowledge and letting us know about this committee. And I do know that you're a member of multiple organizations that do address world issues and are legitimate founding committees. You actually got me to be a part of one, and I appreciate it for that. So, hey man, I look forward to your continued support, and anything else during the night, you see something come up, pop on, let us know, man, because it matters. We're trying to be a voice for the people, one that you can't shut up, one that you can't censor, because you cannot censor patriotism, especially when it's...
You guys are definitely in the right road for that, and I wish you the best of luck, but it is a very dangerous thing because whenever you're trying to put the truth out there, there's a lot of people that are not going to like that. Because with truth comes power, and you guys are trying to empower people.
You're right, and I'm glad you said people.
They can think for themselves. Yes.
Yes.
I'm one of those people. I'm rooting for you guys. You know, but I also understand how dangerous it is what you guys as family men are doing. You guys are taking time out of your lives, understanding how dangerous it is to try to get some of the knowledge over to us, whether you understand it or not.
Well, here's the thing. Here's what I got to say to that. Or I got to say this to that. The founding fathers took those same risks and put themselves and their families in dangers for the right purpose. So you know what? I'm willing to do that. I will do that, and I'm going to continue to do that. And if it pisses people off, so be it. Because if we're not empowered and we don't have the knowledge and we can't lift the veil of what's going on, then we are in big trouble. And I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm not any of that. I'm just a truth seeker, I guess would be the best way to put it.
But if you guys are pissing people off, it's because they have no understanding on your true mentality and your true and what you're truly trying to do. Because once people see that, they're gonna see that you guys are no threat. You guys are really for them and their family.
Right.
You guys keep doing what you guys are doing and understand that it's going to get very hard, especially now.
Hey, that's okay, man.
You know, I know you're okay with it, but I'm calling in and going on. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I only do this for once in a while, and it's for a reason, and it's timing.
Yes, sir.
And it's because I feel happy about what you guys are doing. I'm pretty fucking proud about what you guys are doing. And shit, don't stop and don't fucking bite your tongue for nobody out there.
You got it, man. That's not what we're here for. You have a great night, Irv. I want to thank you very much for joining us, and we'll talk to you again. I think we got another call coming in. I'll let Billy confirm that, but stay safe, brother, and keep it up, bro. Keep it up. Thank you.
Hoorah, Delbel, hoorah.
Hoorah!
All right, here we go.
All right, we got another call coming in, and while that's getting plugged up, I want to say thank you to everybody who's joining us and who's been joining us right here and all the comments. It's been really great. Hey, I think we got Steven on the phone. Hey, Steven, is that you, Steven? Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Hey, how you doing, sir? It's good to hear you.
Calling from Indonesia.
Okay.
Okay, I had to turn off the phone there.
All right. So how are you, sir? Thank you for joining us.
Good, thank you for doing your show.
Hey, no problem. Are you calling? You're calling from where? Indonesia, I understand it?
I'm on an island called Singapore. There's an echo.
Yeah, okay. There is a little echo. I'm trying to adjust it. Sometimes I got to have the speaker on to hear you, but sometimes it gives a little feedback. So I'm trying to adjust it, guys. We're working on it. Give me just a sec. But how's that? Is it now? Is it okay?
Yeah, much better, Dilly. Thank you.
All right. Well, all right. So what's the purpose of your call, sir?
Is Dick Liberty Stark? Is that his name?
Yeah, Dick Liberty is a show, All Things American, and my name's Cag Stark.
Cag, okay. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, Stephen.
Welcome, Stephen.
My problem started a long time before. And I just wrote you a footnote. All 5 equations. I'm estranged from my daughters. One is where she's at. The other one is married, possible for one child, but she's in the San Diego area. And the other one,
Hey,
and then I have a wife.
Hey, Steve, you're coming in really broken up, and I don't want to cut you off. I think it would probably be best if I could give you a call tomorrow. We could discuss a lot of this stuff, and then I can bring it onto the show next week. And during that time, see if I can't put you in touch with some resources and other people who may be able to assist you who are really good at this kind of stuff. But I don't want you to think that I'm cutting you off or anything else, but it's really broken and kind of hard.
No, that's the other thing. They put a head in here.
Oh, okay.
Really good, but the $400 for the drop like that.
Right.
Back over there, we can talk about that. I'm without a phone right now.
Okay. Well, I'll reach out to you the number you provided. And I'll reach out to the number that you provided tomorrow, and we will get this squared up. All right, man?
Okay, my email is W406.
Or shoot it to us on the.
Yeah, shoot it to me. Shoot it to me to private message.
Okay.
All right? And I'm so sorry that we couldn't take the whole call tonight, but I will definitely help you tomorrow, man.
Thank you.
No problem. You have a good night. Thank you again for calling.
Bye.
Again, I want to apologize to Steve. The connection, as you can tell, was really, really, really bad.
He's definitely calling from Indonesia, and he's using Google Voice, which is probably, it's definitely internet-based, so it's going to be a little tough.
It's going to be a little tough. And Steve, we're not going to forget about you. I will call you tomorrow. We will reach out and get everything situated. Or not situated, but at least help you in any way that we can on your particular situation, get you pointed to the right people. Okay, so I want to thank everybody who's been joining us and all the comments and all the likes. And, I've seen a lot of you, and I've joined a lot of your live feeds, and I've watched some of you guys speak, and I've noticed that there's a pattern. I've seen this pattern. Have you seen a pattern, Dilly?
Yeah, I mean, it just seems like you keep throwing the word corruption at me, and sometimes I'm like, whatever. I'm really starting to see a lot of this.
Right.
And you know me, I'm a little more reserved than the rest.
You are, and you're hesitant. I will tell you this, Dilly. We're great. We're best friends, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
He's my boy. I take a bullet for him. I take a bullet for anybody in his family like that. Wouldn't flinch, don't care. All right. But even though we have such a great relationship, it's always been I talk, and Dilly's kind of like, all right, he's a little crazy. I don't know. And then next thing you know, everything that I've said starts happening. It happens. Yep. Hey, I'm not blowing smoke up my ass, but Dilly can tell you. So
it is, and when the more proof that we keep seeing, or that I keep seeing,
hi, Lori,
and it's starting to, the puzzle is starting to come together. There's still lots of pieces that are missing, but
right.
that puzzle, I've got the corner pieces, and I'm getting the edge pieces now.
Okay.
And once we get the edges, we start filling in the middle, and we can start. That's when I really know. Shit's going. Like you say, the corruption is deep.
It is very deep, man.
Super deep.
This shit is really, really, really deep. And you can look at all the comments. Everybody says corruption. Everybody is like, I know you can see it. I know you can. This isn't anything new. Like the children's camps. How long they been there?
Apparently since 1997. 1997.
Clinton order 1997, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
And thank you to who wrote that in. I can't see it at the moment. And Shar, then you have multiple people who are accusing DHS of corruption. I've personally seen files and court documents. And when I tell you this, there's a reason I haven't put them out yet. But when I tell you this, you know that I'm telling the truth, because every felony charge and every charge against Lewis Arthur, who we discussed in our last show, I gave you straight copies of that you can look up in the dockets and everything else. And thank you, Ryan, for helping us out. It was the Family First Act of 1997. I'm not as familiar with that act as I should be. And I'll be honest with you. I've been so distracted by the influx and massive amounts of information that has just been bombarding me since we started this thing.
Bombarding, that's an understatement.
Yeah.
It's been, holy cow. I mean, you have been, just trying to drink a beer with you has been frustrating a little bit sometimes, because you've been so bombarded with a lot of stuff. It's like, all right, dude, you got to calm down just a little bit, but it just keeps coming to you, and it's like, wow. So I hope that this can slow down a little, but unfortunately, I don't think it is. I think you're going to keep getting bombarded as an understatement. I think it's going to keep coming to you, man.
I think you're right, man. I really do. And I know I can't do it alone. I will tell you firsthand, I can't do it alone. Just like we can't win battles on the battlefield alone.
No, absolutely not.
We need our battle buddy and our fire team and our squad and our platoon to accomplish a mission on the battlefield. The thing is, not everybody knows how to accomplish the same, I'm not going to say the same type of mission as far as direct fire and indirect fire and all that. It's actually a much more dangerous and much more crazy mission, because the intel changes so quickly and live feeds change so quickly. Oh, we got another call coming in. Hang on. Hi, welcome to Dick Liberty. How can I help you? Oh, yeah, speaker. Hello?
Yeah, I was just calling the big young guy was on the field where they're echoing.
It's echoing a little bit now, yeah. Why is that? You still there?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what the hell is going on with this echo. All right, go ahead, sir. I'm gonna. Hello. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. I don't know what the echo is. When I turn the speaker off, it's no good. When I turn the speaker on, it's good.
There it is. Found it.
Okay. Go ahead.
Nope.
No, we didn't find it. But anyway, please go ahead. Apologize for the echo, Mr. Swindle and everyone else. I'm working on it. It's when I have that speaker on, I can't hear him, so maybe I'll just take him off the speaker. Let's try that. I'm going to put you on speakerphone. I'm going to take off the echo. Okay, go ahead.
Alright.
There we go.
Alright, yeah, there we go. Alright, perfect, guys. Good show so far. Let's enjoy it, man. Y'all keep doing what you're doing.
All right, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that, and I apologize for the echo. We got the speaker on. I got to get a different monitor speaker, and we'll get it up. But thanks for your call. I greatly appreciate it. It's awesome, man. I love the support. We love the support. It means a lot. It means to me that we're on the right path. What do you think, Dilly?
Absolutely, 100%. You know, as our first guy to go to, guess what? We're still in this. You know, I remember our first couple conversations. You know, you typically said that your guys fade out there in Junior. I don't think we're fading out anytime soon.
Yeah, I don't think we're fading out anytime soon, man.
I mean, we can. I don't think we can fade out if we try to anymore now. So
right.
Unless we just said fuck it and just quit. But
thank you, Stephanie.
Yeah.
Hey, all right. I want to address some of these comments now, and because they're coming in, and all right, we need the united front. You're absolutely right. We will talk maybe and do a full down show on DHS. Yes, we should do that, Shard. We need to do a full H show on DHS. And we got somebody saying the Ponzi scheme orchestrated by crooked Clintons is a huge industry of trafficking for profit. You know what, Linda? You are absolutely right, and that is a lot of what I've been finding. It's not just here. Look at the Republic of Congo in Africa. Look at Honduras. Look at Haiti. Look at all of these places across the globe. Look at Dubai. Look at Saudi Arabia. Look at the rich. There's literally an oil cartel essentially in existence. There's the drug cartel in existence. You have your elites and your super rich in existence. Your actors in existence. And the majority of them are paying for the services of sex-trafficked women, children, and men. Don't forget that. There's men involved in this too, whether you want to believe it or not. All right? This trafficking and sex trafficking kind of follows a lot of the drug cartel trafficking. I put out some posts today. I don't know if you guys saw them. Whole email files about CIA direct involvement and FBI being part of and allowing the smuggling of drugs. Some Border Patrol agents and ICE agents have been doing this. Then you have the Cash for Kids things that's been going on. I take a moment and Google Cash for Kids. You'll see what you come up with. Then I put posts. This has been going on for so long. I put a post about a grandma in Tennessee that sold over 5,000 children for money. There's forged paperwork. There's forged documents. You got orphans who aren't orphans. It's insane. It is insane. Insane. You have guys who talk about this. There's a gentleman up in Fort Wainwright, Alaska. Not Fort Wainwright. Apologies. Misspoke. Old duty station. There's a gentleman in Alaska who is incarcerated in a holding facility that's basically secret, who has been talking about a lot of these things, and they silenced him. They quieted him. And the reason why I'm saying they do this is because, one, they do, and two, they preach, oh, it was a cult. It was a cult idealism, cult ideology. We're not part of a fucking cult. We don't want nothing to do with cult, and we're not starting a cult. That's not what this is. This is just to wake you up and exhibit all the facts for you. Internet's been a powerful thing.
Yeah.
It's been exposing more and more facts. And when you look at the Clinton emails, you look at the timing. I keep saying this. If you look at the timing of the stories and the releasing of the stories and the way the narratives are written by the news entities, I say that again, by the news entities, because they are entertainment entities, you will see that the narrative is twisted and it's designed to keep us encapsulated in a wartime mindset or a conflicting mindset. Thanks for joining, Chastity.
I want to bring up something that was so popular over the past 6-7 months.
What's that?
Gun control.
Yes, gun control.
What? Here, I'm going to throw my hands up with this. What have we not seen in the news over the past
You haven't seen gun
weeks?
control. You haven't seen gun
couple
control.
weeks?
No.
Now, I like to use the word libtard. Everybody knows that. My thing to that is why have we lost control, and or did the liberals lose control of this, and now they're focusing on other things? Are we focused on other situations? I thought this whole gun debate was supposed to be so humongous, which it still is.
Yeah, but then you have things like the IG report that gets
Exactly.
bam, dropped out.
Yep.
Oh, it basically says I'm pardoned from everything, says Mr. Trump. Okay.
Yeah.
You got the Robert Mueller investigation in the campaign. And then you have documents. Did you know the IG report was 500 freaking pages? 500 pages. You drop 500 pages into a news office, and within 20 minutes, they have a summary that's like, well, FBI had a tough day today, but the gist of it is, and they say there's no bias found. Bullshit, there's not bias found, because you have a gentleman who's handling the case, the head director of FBI, if I'm not mistaken, who's emailing, don't worry, we'll keep him from winning.
Yes. He was one of the FBI informants, yes.
Okay, FBI informant. See, I'm not...
He's part of the Mueller campaign.
Right.
So this is what's going on now.
This is going on.
It's just the ball is definitely, what do we call that? The shit rolls downhill on this. The snowball effect.
The snowball effect is in full effect.
Yes.
And I think this is a good portion of planned snowball.
Yeah.
I honestly believe this is a planned snowball. Like, we're saying, we oh my gosh, we're getting loaded up here. CAG, the rabbit hole is deeper than you know. Oh, I know it's deep, Ryan. I know it's deep. I'm being very meticulous about the material that I select and when I present it. And there's two reasons for that. One, because if I'm random, then you can't predict what I'm going to do. And that keeps me safe, and that keeps everybody else safe. Two, when you figure out exactly the randomness, because I'm specifically doing this with random design, and you figure out and you connect the dots, you're going to be like, holy shit, I get it. I get it. You'll figure it out. Look at the post. Everything that we've posted on Dick Liberty, everything we've posted has literally happened within a week after we posted it. Every story we've talked about has literally been on the cusp of major story. We started with Michael Garrett and the fact that DHS did not acknowledge, and if you don't know the Michael Garrett story, you need to go back and watch that.
Wow,
and you need to
powerful.
look at it. And I'm going to post it again because that is a powerful fucking story, okay? The Children Protective Services kept this daughter from his father for 4 years. 4 years. And you're right. Shar, gaslighting, green lighting, red lighting. There's a whole bunch of slews of terminology when it deals with those kinds of operations, especially in the intelligence community. Everywhere from, I found a file that was a classified file, secret label that got released that they got total control and able to hack into pretty much any computer they want. There's a reason why virtual reality is becoming so quickly popular and advancing so fast now. And then there's a reason why you have the president today giving a speech. It was either today or yesterday. I caught it this morning on Reuters, giving a speech about the Space Force, and we're America. We need to dominate the globe. Now we need to dominate space. He said that 2 times during his speech. So put it all together, you'll see where we're going with this. And I kind of lost my train of thought for a second there. Oh yeah, Michael Garrett, the DHS, or the Children's Services, Protective Services. The mother and the mother's boyfriend of the child that Mr. Garrett was fighting 4 years to get. 4 years to get, was killed by the mother and the boyfriend just so he couldn't have him. This is a good, upstanding man, Michael Garrett. Look it up. It is horrible. They called, they lied about how she died, they lied about everything. And he fought for 4 years to get his daughter back. I personally know what that's like. You know why?
Just read that top line there.
Okay. I'm gonna take a break real quick. We got breaking news: border crisis. Trump backs House bills that solve family separation controversy by allowing for family detention and removal. Family detention and removal. And Ryan, you're right. They use kids to control the masses. They use media to control the masses. I just saw something today to where they're monitoring social media and they're going to identify you. This is what I heard. I cannot confirm nor deny this. All right, so don't come knock on my door tomorrow, FBI or CIA or whoever the fuck is running this shit. And but they basically are monitoring. Trump gonna put a casino on the moon. You know, it's funny you brought up casinos because casinos, Indian reservations, are just as deeply tied into this as the fucking Clintons and as everybody else who's involved in this.
Oh my God, that was awesome.
And I'm so glad you brought that up. That is so funny. Look at the CEO who died up in New Hampshire at the casino. I wonder why. You can't wash money anywhere better than a casino. I'm pretty sure about that. But then again, what I know, I'm not a criminal. Anyway, the point being, they're they can monitor and are monitoring social media because now it's so prevalent and it's becoming an actual voice that has influence over fellow neighbors, over fellow citizens, and over fellow patriots, and uniting us so we don't have to be afraid of this. So they're saying like, oh, guys like Dick Liberty, he speaks out. Guys like Michael Gill, he speaks out. These guys all speak out with fact. These guys all get hunted down. These guys get all harassed. It's crazy. Matter of fact, to everybody who's listening right now, we have over 450,000 listeners on our radio show. You know what happened to the radio station last week? And I have to take this moment to apologize to all of our Hood News listener globals. I did it last week. I didn't do it this week, and I apologize for that yet. I'm going to do it right now. Do you know what happened? All of a sudden, the server for the radio station gets hacked. That's why we couldn't get on the radio station last week.
Yeah.
My website, DickLiberty.com, where you can go and click live feed. It'll pull you right to here so you can see everything. My website, after last show, I took a picture of it. You went to it for like 2 days and said, this site is not trusted, blah, blah, blah. Then somebody hacked my site. I had to go and reset it through my server and shit.
Now, I'm going to be the devil's advocate on that one for you,
Yes,
man.
please do.
Now, I'm not, I like Facebook. I like that we can talk about anything we can. Now, my thing to that is, do you think that, can someone report that? Can someone say, hey, just like if you put titties on Facebook, someone reports that.
Right.
Can they do that to our Facebook website? Can they do that and that shuts us down for the night? Or is it,
No.
I don't know. That's the question. That
Facebook can put you in jail. You have the trolls, and I'm a troll hunter. I hate trolls. Yeah. I hate them.
It's awesome. I love watching you do it.
Yeah, you come here with trolling. Guess what? Ain't gonna happen. Troll all you want. I'm gonna shut you down and kick you out because we're troll hunters. We're not about that shit. But you got people who make money to troll people, to do exactly that, to switch and change perspective and cyberbully and all this stuff. Like,
stop pissing people off.
No, Cassie, I can't stop pissing people off. All right? I can't. Because if I do and I stop, then how many people are going to be pissed off because nobody's taking action to get some shit corrected?
She's going to be pissed off if we stop doing what we're doing.
Would you guys be more pissed if we stopped doing what we're doing? I think so.
I think so too.
I don't know. But again, I want to apologize. I apologize to you guys at News Global for us missing you last week. We honestly missed you. We did.
Absolutely, we did.
Because this needs to be heard across the globe. And we have one listener in every single country. So we know it's getting across the globe. Like, that's great. Dilly, what are we going to do, man? What are we going to do?
We sit here and we just keep brainstorming like you have been and keep moving forward, because this is getting pretty crazy. This is way above what the expectation of what, when we first discussed this down in the gas garage.
Yeah.
This was just supposed to be hey, let's have some fun. Which I'm still having fun, don't get me wrong.
This was totally supposed to be like your Joe Rogan / freaking whoever else is funny as shit podcast. And that's what this was supposed to be like. And after our second show, it turned into what it is now. And I'm not upset for that. I'm not mad about it. I think it's great, because now we have a true purpose. We have a true purpose. We're not just another idiot sitting out there just talking shit and blah blah blah. Because
I got to give a shout out to my wife real quick for bringing me another drink.
you do got a good wife, man. She's awesome.
Yeah, she's pretty sweet.
But like, this stuff is important because, all right, let me put it this way. This will be a little random. When did the FEMA camps go in place? How long after the Family Law Bill 97 did the FEMA camps go into place? I don't know. Maybe the FEMA camps are there for a reason. Maybe it's part of the reason why the current children's camps are there. You know what happened with the gun control? This is what I've heard rumors of. I've heard rumors that gun control was squashed because they've incorporated in the budget to hire people, put up 10 times the amount of cameras and microphones and all this other stuff, so they can literally monitor each and every school like it's the goddamn Federal Reserve. You got fences around it. You have former military. You have the authoritative presence. You have multiple cameras. You have microphones. You have all this stuff, right?
I'm going to make this symbol right here.
Money, money, money. It's not only money, though. It's, Jane, there are updates on the Lee Kenworthy situation. I talked about it briefly before the show. I'm not going to touch on it too much tonight because I think, in my opinion, there's enough damage that's been done for Mr. Kenworthy, okay? And I think it would be the smartest move with anybody involved in that case right now to not continue. You need to see what happens here in the next few days, okay? Because the more stuff you post, all the tapes you post, like, it could hurt any face as far as from the legal perspective, any good face that Mr. Kenworthy has left, okay? We don't want to do that if we're trying to help it.
Exactly.
That's the point of what I'm getting at. We know the kids are safe. That was the main reason for me talking about this story. We know they're safe. Now, during the process of that story, we've discovered certain things that we could question whether or not rights were violated and whether or not there is misappropriations at the Barnabas Clinic, whether or not the judge who is presiding over his medical hearing is corrupt and has been accused of ethical allegations, which I already talked about in a show. So we know there's other issues with this case. But if we continue to throw all this shit out there, he's not going to have a chance, guys. He's not.
Yep.
You got to back off. When Kenworthy is ready to come out, he will come out. And that's what needs to happen here. Period, bottom line. Until he comes out, until he brings the facts with him, because I have a ton of information I haven't released yet. Why? Because I'm not going to do that. It would be irresponsible of me to do that. So, with that being said, I'm not going to talk about Kenworthy in this case anymore tonight. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised when that story does come out. But right now, leave it alone. Just leave it alone. Give him a chance. It's hurting his case. I know Sam is hurting his case. I'm pretty sure Mr. Kimberly wouldn't have wanted that today. So I'm going to drop it. And I'm not going to talk about it.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
I don't want to get trolled and distracted from the point of the fact that, yes, that's just one issue of the multiple erroneous. I got to go with the word erroneous because it's erroneous mistakes. He's just one example. Erroneous, just corruption. Commodores of corruption. That's it. That's all I know. That's the only way. It's a corporate piracy-driven, money lobbyist-driven puppet show, like the theater of Great Rome, and we're the mob, and we're loving it, and it's leading us right to our death. It's the same fucking thing, man. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. What do you think, Dilly?
No, I don't think you're crazy. I just, as your little rant went on there for a minute, which is cool. It's great. You know, this dude Ryan, as I'm reading his comments, this dude is on point.
He is. Ryan is on point, man.
He's on point.
He's been pretty smart. He's been paying attention.
I don't know where Ryan. I'm gonna ask you a question. Can you call in? I want to hear you. I think you said you're from the UK. I want to hear this British accent. I want to hear you talk. I want to hear this. I mean, you have been on point since you have been listening and typing and putting your stuff out there.
Yeah, man.
You have been, and it's just like, wow, this dude, you did your research. And I love it. I love it.
I do too, because half the time, I think part of the reason why we do this, Dilly, is because when we have conversations, we can't have these conversations around everyday people because, oh, that's stupid, man. What are you even talking about?
Ooh.
I don't know what you're talking about, man. That's stupid, whatever.
Yeah.
Am I right or am I wrong?
You're absolutely. I mean, wow. Oh, you're in Arizona. What?
Yeah.
You were talking about UK when you put in UK. That's where all the children's sex trafficking. Okay.
Right.
That's what I was confused about. Okay. So now he's in Arizona. Okay.
So
he's asking what the number is here. Let's see here.
Okay. I'm gonna give you a different number, a little better number, because this.
Oh shit! Yeah.
That phone sucks for whatever reason. Call 386-400-2244. 386-400-2244, and that one will work for you.
386-400-2244.
Yep. And I'm gonna adjust this right now.
Yeah. He's gonna adjust some stuff for you because we had a bad echo on that last one for some reason. We don't know what happened. So
I think it's playing with that.
It's sharp. Ryan, just kick it.
All right, cool. You got the number. Line is open. You can call whenever you want, Ryan. It'd be great to have you on the show. And thank you.
You said you can't read it. What's up?
It's 386-400-2244.
What time is it here? It's almost 9 o'clock. So what? 7 o'clock out there, Arizona time?
I think it's 6 o'clock. Right? You guys are 3 hours difference.
386-400-2244.
Yeah. Let me double check that. It's still new phone too.
I have a couple questions for you, man. I'd like to hear. I want to hear your voice.
386-400-2244.
How you come up with your information, and it's great. It's 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock. All right. Thanks for confirmation.
Because you've been on. Man, you've done some. You've been listening, or you've done your own research. Whatever it is you've done, you're on it. And I like that kind of stuff.
So, okay. Here he's about to come in right now on the smart line. There we go.
Welcome, Jamie. Welcome to the show.
Hello. Yeah. You know what's that damn speaker? Sorry about that. Give us a second, speaker. Come on. Hello. Hey, how you doing? What is with the stupid fucking echo, man? You know what it is? Okay. We're gonna get this echo fixed. No, all the way down. All the way down. Hello? Okay. Is that better? Oh, this is really pissing me off. Just turn it up. We're gonna deal with the echo a little bit. I don't know what to say. I hope you guys are okay with that. Let me put it over here. Maybe that'll change it.
Well, we had it fixed. What the hell was that?
We did. Bear with us. There we go. How are you doing? You there? Okay. Hello? Hello? All right. Turn that up a little bit. I got the echo done. All right. Go ahead.
Yeah, you know, the rabbit hole is a lot of people understand it. All, you know, big bankers want our children.
Right.
And our children are big profit.
Our children are big
Not
profit.
only is human trafficking, but organ harvesting is big profit. And so, you know, for them to expose what they're exposing now and saying family first and not stripping, you know, children away from illegal immigrants, they're exposing their own craft. And in election times, you know, of course they're going to expose it.
Right. Right. What do you know about the harvesting of the organs?